Waddle once again. He's in a big game. It's a touchdown.
His 100th career touchdown.
This is the Finch Faithful Postgame Show.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Are you kidding me? Dolphins just shocked the Buffalo Bills in one of the, I would say, one of the biggest upsets this season. What a day in Miami. The defense absolutely came alive. The energy was electric on the defensive side. They flipped the scripts on the Bills. Welcome to the Fins Faithful Live post-game show right here on YouTube. We're breaking down every play, every moment, exactly how Miami pulled this massive upset. Plus, what does this mean for Coach McDaniel, for whoever for the rest of this season? Make sure you guys smash that like button. Drop your takes in the chat. Let's celebrate this W together because we haven't had many of them. Let's dive into this. Let me start off. Guys, was Chris Greer the curse? I mean, start off, tip of the cap to Anthony Weaver here and the defense. Offense did enough. If you listen to Saturday's show, we said that what you got to do to beat the Bills. You got to attack the Bills defense. You got to run the ball, run it a lot. They did. A-Chain, a monster game. You could see the offensive line gaining rhythm. They're so much better when they play with the lead. And then Tua hit the big plays with play action with Waddle and his play action ability. You hit the one or two big plays you had to, and then the game kind of got out of hand at the end. They won. But this one's on the defense. I'll start with you, Jason. How does this feel, man? I mean, I know some people don't want this, right? Long term, we can talk about that. Long term, what this means, but let's just talk about today in the victory.
It's always great to get a victory in the AFC East. It's always great to finally get one after not being able to get one against the Bills for quite some time. Look, Josh Allen came in here with a 13-2 regular season record, 14-2 overall, including the playoff game against the Dolphins. And Anthony Weaver, without a traded out Jalen Phillips, without an injured Rasul Douglas playing great corner, without Chop Robinson, rallies his unit and they play spectacularly. And of course, game ball to Devon Achane, not surprising. And listen, it feels good. It feels good to get a win. Right now, the Jets were winning. So if we want to play that game, who cares? Jets won. Jets won. So if you're the Saints won. Who cares? This is the perfect time to get a win if you're looking at the tankathon as well. So win, all across. Great Sunday for Dolphins fans.
Vincenza. You're muted.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Muted myself. Sammy and I talked about this today. See, Sammy, I muted myself because I didn't want to type, right? On our show. But Sammy and I talked about this on our pregame show. This would be so Dolphins that they would go out here. None of us predicted a victory. And all of a sudden, they come in and they do exactly what this typical Dolphins. Like, they come out and they do the complete opposite, like a Costanza. Like, just do complete opposite of what everything does. They reverted back to what they did in the Falcons game. They ran the ball more. And they focused on that. They involved Jalen Wright. It was Devon Achane went off. I think he saw Jonathan Taylor's stats. I said, let's follow Jonathan Taylor, Daniel Jones medicine today for Tua. It was pretty amazing. But look at that defense. Like, who would have thought? No Rasul Douglas, Juju Brents. Like, who would have thought we lost him for a series? And it could have been a shutout the way it went. It was absolutely ridiculous. And I said this to Sammy on our pregame show with Bobby, that they're going to win this, and they're going to see, wait, Jaden Daniels is out. We can go into Madrid. Oh, then there's the Saints. Then there's the Jets. We're going to be 6-7. Like, it's so going to happen. This is so Dolphins. But, like, honestly, it really was. This could have been a shutout. If it wasn't for, guys, that targeting. Sorry, what was not targeting? Taunting? What kind of taunting penalty was that? And then Ethan Bonner, it's because Juju Brents came out, and then Jason Marshall actually did a great job, and I like the fact that defense pulled him. But unbelievable. Like, no one expected this, but when you use your best players in Waddle and Achane, and Chubb showed up today, Sealer got his first sack. By the way, and Sammy, I don't know if you heard this, but Mike McDaniel, he's now undefeated in day games at home against Buffalo. Because since that game you were at 19-17 where you had the best time, they hadn't played the Bills at home during the day since 2022. So it's pretty amazing.
That makes sense.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, that's how you see that the league is protecting the Bills because they don't want to play the Sunday afternoon games.
Lo-Fi, your thoughts on this shocking victory?
That's how we do it. That's where we play at home. We're toughest at home. I love what we do at home. That's usually when we're a tough team to beat. They showed when they're hitting on some cylinders, we can do some good things. This is the third game in a row that we've decided to take the kick first. We're a team that's looking to get the lead. And when we get the lead, we're a little bit tougher to beat. We go after them. But if I was to write a story about this one, it would be about everybody we put on the trade block came up really big this game. I mean, you look at Minka Fitzpatrick. Yeah, I want him on my team if that's the way he wants to play. What is that, 2 4th downs that he stuffed? A 2-point conversion he stuffed. I mean, he was lighting it up. Brooks was doing his thing. Even Chubb was flashing all over the place. Chubb looks like he's in midseason form. I mean, A-Chain show. I mean, it's just A-Chain show. You know, Waddle coming up big, snagging a touchdown. So maybe they did the right thing and said, hey, you know what? We didn't get the trade value we're looking for. Maybe these are guys that are going to be with the Dolphins. Maybe these are the guys we want in our locker room. Maybe this is what the Dolphins look like in the future, and we can build on something like that. But having said all of that, that's just one game. McDaniels is looking to save his job. Weaver's looking to save his job. I think it's something that could be repeatable. I mean, we can't pass block, but we sure can run block.
Yeah, or could the trade deadline been this week? That would have been nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys see Weaver and McDaniel? Man, trade deadline's over now. Greer's gone. The chest bumping in the air. It just seems like Chris Greer was the curse. I mean, I think that's what it was. But anyways, we're gonna get to Sammy here in a second. But yeah, you know what bothers me is this is the game plan for the Dolphins to win football games. Like, this was the exact game plan we said they had to do. They ran the ball when it didn't work because you said it best. I like that they take the ball now first because there's so much. McDaniel doesn't panic like Curtis likes to say when he's up. He panics when he's behind. They're night and day better. Most teams are better with the lead, but this team especially, Coach McDaniel especially. So yeah, Sammy, your thoughts on this game?
Well, I think this is the most impressive, surprising victory. I don't know.
Time out. We got our weekly segment.
Let me get my popcorn.
Yeah. Frank, what was that song I saw on Twitter you were singing? Oh, Buffalo. Somebody posted that. Was that an old tweet?
It might be an old one, but it makes me want to puke. Lift my head back and puke. Oh, Buffalo. I mean, today they put the LOL in Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations to the New England Patriots. You won the division. It's over. I mean, that performance by the Buffalo Bills today, they look like the team that was 2-7. I mean, I can't remember the last time the Dolphins just kicked the Bills' ass like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a positive day. I know long-term for the franchise, draft pick-wise, everybody's talking. But, I mean, to beat Buffalo, Frank, it feels good to beat that Josh Allen finally, man. It's just.
I mean, Josh Allen just the Bills are frauds. They won their Super Bowl last week against the Chiefs and came out and laid that egg. I mean, an egg.
Yeah, you know what's funny is to stop the Bills. They're wide. I don't know if you guys do this for everybody. Their wide receivers creating. I was not worried about their wide receivers. I said it on our P show on Saturday. They create no separation. Their wide receivers. Shakir's their biggest weapon, and Keon Coleman is a worse version of Devontae Parker. He's basically Devontae Parker without hands, and that's a problem. So clearly, and you stop the running game with Josh Allen. This is on the defense, Frank. Right? This defense here.
Defense came out just smothered the Bills. I mean, James Cook. James Cook was charred up. I mean. He couldn't get shit on the ground, couldn't get shit on the air. I mean, every time you look up, the Bills are 3rd and 8, and I thought the game was about to be a disaster, especially after the first minute before the even a second ticked off. We had a false start, a timeout, and illegal procedure. And all of a sudden, the Bills just go 3 and out. I mean, you blink and the Dolphins go right down the field. And Tua actually played well. He had a couple of hand punt interceptions. Those not all interceptions are equal. Josh Allen getting picked off in the end zone is significantly worse than Tua's 2 hand punts.
So two-handed. Yeah, Tua. Speaking of Tua, besides the 2 deep balls, I thought he was throwing with some more juice today.
No, he had a good game. The offensive line played well, protected well, and Devon Achane just kicked the Buffalo Bills' ass.
What was his final? What was Achane's final line here?
I know he had 2 touchdowns. I think he ended up probably he might have got close to 150.
225.
No,
220.
Yeah, 225 total scrimmage yards.
So to your point,
How many yards did he have on the ground? He had to have close to
174.
174.
174 on the ground. Another 50 in the air.
Yeah.
Can I give you I would say A-Chain's reminded me of Tecmo Bowl today. You remember that game, Tecmo Bowl? Just make one move and you run for the
Devon
touchdown.
Achane.
He was our Tecmo Bowl MVP
You
today.
when you say his name, you got to leave off the E.
Achan.
But I will say this, Sammy, we definitely need to file a rigging thing in the NFL. If we every single year, we better be playing Buffalo at home during the day, or else the NFL. No, this is the first time, Frank, that they actually played the Bills at home during the day since we beat them 19-17 3 years ago. That's the last time we played them at home during the day.
And next week in Madrid, the Commanders are basically the walking wounded.
And Marcus Mariota.
Yeah. So our schedule is we got obviously next week the Commanders with Mariota at quarterback.
It's gonna be 89. It's gonna be 89, and of course Stephen Ross, Mr. Magoo thinks 89 is fine.
Bye week after the Madrid game with no Daniels. New Orleans, then the Jets.
The New Orleans won today.
True, today. I know. Still, honestly, we're in no position to say anything. We're an advantage in any game, but the schedule is favorable if they get on a run here. You're
going to wake up in 3 weeks, and Dolphins are going to be sitting there at 6 and 7.
6 and 7.
No, I said that 6, 7. But how
did you guys see that Buffalo commercial where they had babies and they were smashing them through fake tables and all that?
No.
Did you guys catch that commercial? Well, we just broke their back. They like to break tables. We break backs. That's what we did today.
We can bust our chest out today. I mean, big picture. There's a lot of
it was a straight just ass kicking. They played a flawless game in every way. They just kicked the Bills' ass. There was no ifs, ands, two ways about it. They kicked the fucking Bills' ass, and now we're gonna be picking 13th again.
It looks like Wing Ninja had something to say.
Oh, Super Chat. Yeah, shout out to Wing Ninja with a $5 donation on the Super Chat. A-Chain, 22 carries. Scares me. Hopefully we learn more about McKinney, but I'll take the dub. Fins up. No, give it to him. That's every time the Dolphins win, look at their run-pass ratio. This is the way to win with the Dolphins. It starts – they were allowed to do this, A, because they got the lead, and B, because the defense showed up and they were playing – like the defense.
I mean, maybe Chris Greer was the problem.
Yeah, that's what I said, Frank.
No,
you got rid of the curse.
By the way, have you guys ever? I'm telling you, I've been watching. I'm 43 years old. I've watched football for in my memory 35, 30. I've never seen a punt that perfect in my life. What happened?
Oh yeah,
Dick Bailey got that.
That was my favorite part of the game.
I couldn't have placed it there.
Oh, but that's insane. How does a punt land there? Maybe it was the wet grass from the rain.
Definitely the wet grass helped.
That was insane where he dropped that punt.
We covered It's like everything we had a problem with, we did. Like Allen, we stayed true in our rush lanes. I mean, that one play where it was so satisfying for Zach Sealer. When Allen had that little hole, he thought he was gone. Sealer breaks off the double team, smashes Josh Allen. I'm thinking, wow.
I like the sack where Bradley Chubb basically just hopped on Allen's back and rode him to the ground.
Yeah, we haven't had many. He's such a man. Allen gets under everybody's skin. It was just so good to finally see. I don't know what Anthony Weaver did, but man, shout out to Juju Brents too. Like, that's a corner I love coming out of the draft in the second round.
I mean, the Bills. Forget the Bills. It's over. The Patriots are now back in the beast of the East, and the Bills are window of opportunity is pretty much closing.
The guys, coaching matters. Vrabel is May, but Vrabel is something else. Like that, he just has that.
And think about what could have happened this week. Did you see that report about the Bills and making the offer for Waddle?
Yeah.
If they just said yes to 2026 first round draft pick, we would have been facing Waddle today.
No, we
and
never.
Boy, does the
They would
Bills
never have been.
Never in division.
Never would have happened.
You would have had to blown me away with a
Never
deal.
would have happened.
And
let me just speak on that for a quick
It would
second.
start for me. It would start with 2 number ones and then maybe something extra.
So supposedly the report was they offered a 27-1 and a 26-2, and we said, well, give us a 1 and 2 and 26 deals done. And supposedly we said no, thank you.
You cannot deal a player entering his prime who is contracted through 2028 on a tolerable contract to your most hated rival. You can't do that. You will ostracise and alienate the.
Yeah, no, you can't. You cannot trade him. You can't. There's 3 teams you can't trade him to.
Absolutely.
You can trade him. You could trade him to Tampa. You could trade him. You could trade him anywhere else. You could trade him. You could trade him to Kansas City. You could trade him to Dallas. But you cannot send him to the Bills. You can't send him to the Patriots, and you definitely can't send him to the Jets.
I mean, if they would have blown, we would have had to take a Sauce Gardner type deal for me to even think about it. So if they came, if they came to me with 2 1s,
but they're
like
2 seconds. You know, but they're late picks, and it's the Bills. Like, how can you justify seeing Waddle in another uniform 7 times?
It's tough. Now, look, if the Steelers would have offered you that same deal, would you have took it?
Yes.
The same deal that was offered.
No, 2026 first. It was a 2027 first and a third this year.
Yes.
You'd have to flip that.
So
for me,
for you, it'd have to be a 27-1 and a
26-1, 27 third. I'd tolerate that. That's a 21st overall pick,
Sammy.
26th overall pick at worst.
I know you got to go soon, Sammy. I want to get your thoughts on that. I don't know if you guys talked about this earlier today, but
it'll be a minute. I know a lot of Dolphins fans are too worried about, we want to lose because they hired draft pick or whatever. Enjoy this win. It's a game against the Bills. It's a great win no matter what. Enjoy the wins. Enjoy this time. And, this is the kind of loss that for the Bills is going to resonate probably for the rest of the season or maybe even more.
Oh, yeah. No. Their division.
So enjoy it.
They're now 2 games behind the Patriots.
Yes.
And they had to play the Buccaneers next week. That's not it. The Bills are in big trouble.
Absolutely. So it's a huge win. Enjoy it. Everything will take care of itself later. So enjoy the win. It is what it is. And,
all right, I'm going to sign off myself too.
All right, Frank. Thank you, man.
Pleasure as always,
Sammy.
Frank.
All right, see you later.
All right, we'll see you next week, brother.
Sammy, have a good one.
Sammy, love you, brother.
Yeah. So, okay. So I want to get back to the Waddle stuff for a second. None of you guys are going to take 2 number 1s from the Bills. Nobody.
No.
Yeah.
No. Because
I'm gonna go yes.
I'm a sucker for draft picks, guys. I'm a sucker for them. That's what it is.
Because Waddle's a guy that could literally put them into the Final 4. So you're asking for a 2026 28th or 29th pick, maybe even the last pick of the round. And let me tell you this much right now. I would never want to be the team to help
Yeah.
the Bills get to there and win their
Yeah.
first Super Bowl, get to their 5th Super Bowl and win their first Super Bowl. No.
You're right. You're right. I'm just giving you what it would start with me to even answer the phone now, but say hello to Brandon Bean would be like 26 and 27-1. Like, don't give me the third. Now, I asked the question. I asked to Frank and Sammy, if the Steelers or somebody else offered you, Vinstanza, the third this year and the one next year, would you do it?
So I would only take it to first. I would only have taken
First
it
this
from,
year. But
I
the
would only have
27
taken it
draft
to a
is
team
better.
that is a potential wild card, like a
I'll
team
tell
that's
you
not
what.
guaranteed. I probably would have done it maybe with the Steelers. I wouldn't have done it with anyone
right.
within division. Like anything that is in division or that's a rival of the Dolphins, I wouldn't have done it. A first this year and a third next year for someone like the Steelers now, which is muttering. You don't know what they're going to be
Especially the
yet.
quarterback, a veteran quarterback. You don't know. I would rather have the 27th first. That drops better. Now, you give me a second this year, though. I want a second.
From a stock perspective, like let's say you're talking stocks and you're comparing the draft picks with stocks. The 2026 draft immediately is worth more. So even if you get that pick during the 2026 draft, you could trade down, get a 2027 first for someone who's desperate. You know, like let's say a non-quarterback team wants that safety, wants that pass rusher. They don't need a quarterback. So you could you can fleece them and just look at it as an asset. But if you're going into 2 drafts from now, a lot could happen. A lot could happen between now and the top 32 picks in 2027. So I think that's one of the best no trades or no moves
I agree.
the Dolphins have ever done.
Yeah, that trade I wouldn't have done. What they offered, I agree. It's fantasy land, but I will tell you guys this: the 27 draft is that a first round pick in that draft is big cap. I'm telling you, it's loaded. Wide receiver, quarterback, it is loaded. So I don't see a ton of teams being willing to give 27 first round picks. That's why I was a little surprised I heard that. But it's Buffalo. It's a no go. We just beat their ass. Let's talk about that game. You know what I mean? Lo-Fi. Anthony Weaver, man, it's time to give him some props here. What did he do different for you? Like, what was it that they did in this game different that they couldn't?
It started a few games ago.
Agreed.
He stopped playing zone. He started playing man. He started playing press. He took these young guys and got aggressive. He says, you know what? Let's just play. This is die on the sword. Let's just play aggressive. And obviously, you can see the team has responded to it, similar to what Flo had to do when he had a depleted defense. What do? You play aggressive. You get uptight. You start trying to jam people. We stopped playing, 10, 20 yards off the guy and just give huge cushions. We let Jones, we let all those guys challenge the wide receivers, and we saw them just smothering. You give the kids what they want. The kids will do exactly what you need. Nobody wants to play zone. Everybody wants to get in someone's face. Everybody wants to get after the quarterback. So I think Weaver finally says, you know what? Let's just get aggressive. That's pretty much, I think, what he's been doing, which is turning in success for us.
Wow, did you see the Texans upset the Jaguars?
I didn't consider that an upset. I thought.
No, I know, but not an upset, but like I was watching that game. They were up like 20-3, weren't they?
Yeah,
like,
but that always happens with them.
Yeah,
something weird always happens in those.
Man,
games.
Trevor Lawrence is another one that I couldn't trust. Shout out to over 250 people we have on all platforms, guys. Make sure you come on over to YouTube here, hit that like button, give us a follow. We're here with Lo-Fi, Finn Stanza, Jason Sarney, myself. Thanks to Frank the Tank for coming on. We're breaking down the Dolphins upset the Bills. Yes, if you're looking at the score above us, 30-13. Dolphins beat the Bills. We are 3-7 now, guys. My brother actually called this game. Yeah, he said Houston won. I told you, Georgia, the Jags suck. They do, man. I don't trust Trevor Lawrence or that team to save my life. I know I like their coach though. I do like Liam Cohen. I like their coach. All right, Finn Stanza, the defense, man. What did you see here that they were able to solve Josh Allen? I mean, they always keep it close with these guys, right? For at least 3 quarters. But they stalled him running the ball. They stayed true to their lanes. They didn't give him tremendous lanes. There was nothing downfield. The corners covered well. What did you see here different from the last few times or last few years?
Oh, the secondary, like the key thing for me is everyone, when we saw the injury report this morning, was that Rasul Douglas was going to be out. I think Jack Jones said, "You want to know what? I need to carry this team on defense." Juju Brents was great, but Jack Jones, the punch outs, like the ability to get cut, to be like, they literally, there was no separation. I feel like every wide receiver on the Bills was Devontae Parker. Like they just could not get that separation. It was the secondary left it. Like the only bad plays they had is when Josh Allen was able to have 10, 13 seconds in the pocket. Now the D line I didn't think was so phenomenal. I thought the edge rushers were great. Chubb was great. And I believe Benio Jones was Ed Sealer finally got a great sack, but Jordan Brooks was good today.
Oh, he was really good.
Yeah, but Tyler Dodson, but Jordan Brooks continues. Like, and most of his tackles were actually behind the line of scrimmage. It was real. Jordan Brooks was actually showing up today. Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb. Maybe he wants to stay here. Who knows? The way he played today, he showed that he was a leader. But no, this secondary, Melifano, they were really, really stuck to their core. That's what was great today. Like our secondary really did not give many options to the Bills. Like it was only when plays got extended, and that was Josh Allen putting it on his back. But what was amazing with that, it was the bend not break defense. Like it was really something that was phenomenal to see, and that's what was it. Like the Jack Joneses, the Juju Brents, the Melifonus, they showed up today, and it was great to see. And then, like I said, Jordan Brooks being a leader, Chubb doing his thing, and I believe they just bought into the narrative that you want to know what? Is that if the offense gives us a lead, if the offense gives us something to work with, we're not gonna quit on it.
With the lead, McDaniel does not panic and abandon the running game.
Yeah, but I even said that last week when we got to your show. Like the defense, I felt like last week in the third quarter, and I think Jason, I think you said it also on your post. They quit. The defense quits when the offense is not believing. So even with Tua throwing those noodle arm punts, whatever it was, we'll talk about Tua. The defense saw that they had a lead, and this is the type of defense that does well in this situation. At home, it's warm. They adapted well, and I believe actually, like I told you, the rain on the field actually at that moment with Tua, where I wanted them just to run the ball, but the defense actually benefited from the turf being as wet as it was coming out of the half. And because then, and you guys have all lived in Florida. You live in Florida, George. Yeah. We all been to Florida. That humidity after it rains, it's humid there to begin with. After it pours like that and the cloud comes over, you just want to jump in a swimming pool. Like the heat that is it completely absorbs you. And I think like you could see Josh Allen, like he was actually gassed when he threw the Melifano pick. You could see the look on his face. He was gassed. Like he was exhausted.
I don't know about you guys, but I thought when he did that ballerina run to one side, run to the other, I said, here we go. The momentum shift, and it just didn't.
To me, it looked a little like necessary roughness. Poppy, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. But that's anytime I see that, blow the whistle, blow the whistle. I had to get that out there.
I love necessary roughness.
Get that out there. But,
what a great movie! Top 10, top 5 football movie of all time.
Phenomenal movie. But that's what Josh Allen played, and that's fine, and it's going to happen. But the Dolphins defense overall was too good against him today for me to even care about it, and all we could do was laugh. Fun play, screw it, got the W.
Bobby, all right. Let's calm down,
Bobby?
son.
We ain't calming down, boy. We just beat the Buffalo fucking Bills.
Talk about that shirt. Can we just talk about that shirt?
They don't got this in Canada.
Oh, wow. Like I'm lost a little bit. Like
they don't got that in money places. I don't know what he's talking about.
They don't got that in Canada.
No, Bobby, this one feels good. I'm tired of Josh Allen. Josh Allen, you didn't hear him trying to talk all that smack on the field. Bradley Chubb riding him, bringing him down over his top.
That was a grown man play, by the way. That was a grown man play.
Grown man. Juju Brents, Anthony Weaver, Mike McDaniel with the chest bump. I mean, what is going on? Your tweet said it best. Chris Greer was the curse, brother. I mean, it is,
dude.
Go ahead, man.
He might have been the curse, dude. He's been here since 2020. We haven't won a playoff game since what, 01?
You know what? Yeah, 2000 season, 2001 calendar year, yes. But what's great about this, Bobby, everyone with Greer gone, you know what it tells dogs on this team that are fighting? It says that, you know what? I could stay home now because Greer didn't do that. Greer didn't reward and I'm not going to name the names. I'm not going to list them off, but Greer basically said, oh, you were a nice draft pick. You played well. I'm just going to find another one of you. No, that's over. So when you play hard for this team, when you play hurt, when you give your all 2-7 and you're still fighting for your coach, when you're still fighting against an AFC East rival at home, look, it might have been 65, 35, 70, 30 Bills fans, Dolphin fans, I don't know. But these players have that dog in them. And I'm telling you, Greer's gone. It's a good thing. Whatever they do with the general manager, let that happen. But there's a new regime and there's a new mindset in place, and today showed it.
I think I said it before on here, but I mean, if it was ever more obvious, McDaniel's going nowhere. Like, he's just not. He's not. That's your head coach. Like you just said, George, they're out there chest bumping. Like, dude, they're hand and foot. They're in sync right now. It just is what it is.
Not even that, guys. What I noticed today, which I'm the biggest McDaniel criticizer in the world, I love the fact that he was getting pissed today. Throwing his headset. I don't love the time management.
That's been growing over the last couple of weeks.
He looks more sure. I will give you this. He looks more sure of himself, more confident, more like, okay, we got rid of the other guy and I can breathe a little bit. He just looks like he's more alpha, if you will. I don't know.
And Bobby, what Bobby's saying, and Jason, I'm sure you'll agree, the moment we found out that he said, well, convinced me that he is back if they win these, especially if they win these games. Now that they won, is when he said he had involvement in the trade personnel. And then, Bobby, I know you have a fun Twitter war with, or you like to chat with Brett Lagasse on Twitter and now next. You guys are a lot of fun. He always said, I could easily see when Greer, because he hates Greer, he wanted Greer gone forever, that you give Mike McDaniel the opportunity to build his own team. He could see Ross allowing him to do that. And if they get to 6-7, heading into the Steelers game, I'm telling you, like, I think they're going to come back. The biggest problem right now is obviously Tua, because you saw today there were two problems on this team. Tua and Bonner. Bonner, they were able to yank really quickly, and Marshall came in, I think, played really well. But Tua today they won in spite of him. Like what we all said in the first year before he got contract. He's a game manager. Be Jad Pennington, like literally even a little worse. He is nothing special. Like he's going to rely on everyone around him to be successful. And by the way, Greg Dudley, 25 years old. The guy's been great the last 2 weeks. That guy's a good tight end. Like he blocks, he runs, he opens space. And I don't know if you happened to notice, like there wasn't much cheering. All you hear were Bill fans, but the crowd went cuckoo. If you actually hear Dolphin fans, when he had that open space catch, you actually saw the Dolphins get a lot of confidence on that play. The Dolphin fans were coming out.
Go ahead, Jason. Jason, you have something to say?
No, I'm in agreement with Dolchik. Go for it. Continue on, Constanza.
Hey, don't sleep on my boy Rucci now.
No,
of course not. Of course not. That's saying one thing is not implying the other.
Friend of the program, Rucci.
That's Gucci, Rucci, boy.
No, but
learn some respect.
Oh, with that Malik Washington tweet, I was almost going to.
And also, I liked actually the motion. I don't know if you guys saw that when they line up. And honestly, that 6 lineman design that they have that he's actually coming up with, it worked. I love it. I absolutely love it.
If you notice, they get in 22 personnel.
Yeah,
they take shots to Waddle. It almost always works. I said it for 3 weeks in a row. I love them playing off 22 personnel. And you see what the running game opens up for Tua. The play action, the Dolich stuff, everything that fake and that quick kind of glance slant route that he do to Waddle when he kind of fakes play action to A-chain. Boom, it's right there with time. All that stuff. You run the ball, you play defense, Tua's fine. Is he an aircraft carrier? No. Could he be in a really good to elite game manager? Yes. But what happened? You got caught up in that old system with speed and all that stuff and caught the league by storm, blah, 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 all that stuff we know about. But this is why Greer's gone. It's because you had to build a really good defense, you had to build a running game, and this is what he does well. Now, Tua does make mistakes. He made 2 mistakes in this game. Bad decisions on deep balls, right? It didn't bite them, and you know what? Because they weren't timely like the ones. The difference is Allen had some timely, especially on the spot of the field, kind of turnovers with the fumble and obviously. But
dude,
go ahead.
One of my favorite things was to start the second half. They took 9 minutes off the clock just to throw an interception. I was like, oh my God. You couldn't think of a better outcome.
Yep.
And it was a touchback.
No, everything went right, man. Lo-Fi, I haven't heard from you. Your thoughts, man. Anything?
Yeah, for me, Dolchich, he's probably the most important player for me right now. He has the hair. I mentioned it before. We didn't draft Tyler Warren, but he's got Tyler Warren's hair. He's got his look. So I need him to catch some passes so I can forget about this whole Tyler Warren miss that we had. But I really enjoyed that interception. Like you said, 9 minutes off the clock just for an interception. It was kind of like everything was going wrong for the Bills and everything was going right for us, and they just got their backs broken them.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but Bobby, I was talking about when I saw Allen make those two like Superman plays, I'm like, crap, he's putting this team on his back, but just nothing. They couldn't. You saw how frustrated Allen was. Nothing. He's used to playing the Dolphins and doing these plays that come out of nowhere and kind of revive the team, and then they come back and nothing was working. I mean, dude, Bobby Weaver is what's changed for you on Weaver, man? I'm still trying to figure it out because the secondary, bro, it's a secondary that to me. And I love
secondary is insane.
I love their cornerback coach. That young kid, he's a DC. He's a DC in the future. He's a really good coach. But man, this one for me was on the defense. I don't know about you guys. Defense is Bobby for you. It's the defense, right?
Yeah, well, the defense definitely held it down long enough for us to finally break through and end the game and put our foots on somebody's throat for once. We had several chances to do something similar, but really never did. Ended up losing the Panthers game because of that. There was other games. I think the defense, I really just think they finally got the let out their ass. Because, I mean, the talent's always been there. I mean, the DBs, I've said it all year. The DBs have impressed me more than any unit because that unit was supposed to be the weakest. The week in and week out, we do not give up nothing. There's no blown coverages. There's never really a mistake in the secondary. It's been amazing to see. Minka, hats off to Minka, man. Minka's just a vet's vet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love the first time out thing. I don't know. I thought when that game started, we had before 2 minutes ago a pick, interception, timeout, and penalty. I'm like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yeah, but how bad was that call though?
Oh, it's bad.
We run that motion all the time. Like people should know. Like that. No one's trying to hide.
I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. Did anybody get that?
Yeah. By the way, as much as you guys were saying that Bobby saying McDaniel could be back, if they go on this streak, if this defense plays like they did today, the rest of the year, the whole talk about everyone was done with Weaver, I'm telling you right now, the Weaver offseason stuff, if he turns this defense around, I'm telling you, like the guy never quits. Like you usually the hand pump between him and when they got the Melifano, like him and McDaniel, I've never seen them actually engage on the sideline.
I've never seen them talk.
They were dabbing.
That's my point too. Is
but I'm going to ask you guys this question. It's a win. We would be positive. I'm just telling you, we're going to be sitting here again if we do it. You got to learn we can't be short-sighted here with a win or a nice win or two or a streak of 3 or 4. Remember the big picture, what we were supposed to accomplish this year. If we don't make, you're telling me 8 wins, we don't make the playoffs, and that's good enough for McDaniel to come back? Let's take a step back and think about it. Like, this is, big picture-wise, I'm telling you, and nobody wants to hear this, if we win 8 games or 7 games, he's going to find – that's his excuse to bring him back. And if Champ Kelly is the GM and we have Tua back because of the contract and we have to blah, 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 we're going to be sitting here doing the same thing. And I guess we're just pushing the can to 27, wasting another year. But it's the worst possible thing.
Well, if I go ahead.
Before I jet out of here.
Go ahead.
I'll tackle that one. Here's what I don't like about McDaniels. So now he's found a recipe that works. And what he does is just keeps on. Now the NFL ends up adjusting to what he does, and he's late to adjust to the adjustment. So we end up with a slow start because he thinks, what worked in 2024 is going to work in 2025. Now he's going to go, look, I found out something. It took me half a season to figure this out. But look, we got something from 2025 we can roll into 2026. Meanwhile, the NFL digests what we want to do, and we come up, why are we 2-6 again? Why we have such a slow start? Why Why does it look like we're figured out?
Why?
And that seems to be, he comes up with the next great idea, but he's always too late with the idea. I mean, that's why we don't see great halftime adjustments from him. There's just a lot of things to be desired of what.
Yeah,
I think we all agree he's a great, probably offensive coordinator for the NFL. He should be making game plans. He should be coming up with those ideas, but running the NFL team hasn't quite worked out so well.
Before we bring Adrian,
I want to piggyback on that. What up, Adrian? Just give me 1 second, then let's welcome him on. But to piggyback off that, Lo-Fi, I think, and what I said a couple of weeks ago, I really, really would be fine and want a new GM to come in from out of the house. A brand new person comes in, and I'm not saying to clean house. I'm saying to evaluate to the point where if he wants to keep or if she wants to keep McDaniel, phenomenal. If there's another plan, phenomenal. It's that person's decision, and that's what I hope happens. This is not me saying I'm anti-McDaniel because he's getting better. There are things that he still needs to improve on, but if he rattles off 5, 6, 7 straight wins and they're playing for potential to sneak into the playoffs, that's a heck of a thing to put on the resume after everything that was kind of negative that he was putting on earlier.
Oh, no.
Listen, I'm not just saying I think he's doing better, but it's not done yet. He needs to get better.
For this, but you must, no matter what, clean this place out. No matter what. I don't care. It's like baseball again. If you guys are familiar with baseball, they say be careful the guys you call up in September and they have success because I don't know if you know this. I know, Evan, you're a big baseball fan. They come up for September. They hit 300 because a lot of teams are out of it. They're not. Their best pitchers aren't playing. Be careful with that, and be careful when you're 2-7 and you kind of have the pressure off. The GM's gone, and now we're fixing it. We're 2-7. We don't want everything else now is a plus. And you win 3 or 4 or 5, 6 games in a row. Be careful. Be careful because you're making a mistake. By no means, I'm enjoying this win, but by no means, this place, I'm standing on it, and I said it. The 2 of McDaniel, Greer, 1 is gone. The other 2 got to go. Got to go. And I've told you I'm willing to eat the Tua contract. I don't care because I can't bring a young quarterback in here with Tua Tagovailoa. He's not the right quarterback. He's not Alex Smith. You can't do it. So I know this is a day of hype that we won and hopium and all that stuff. But as I said on last show, we get pockets of hopium because the foundation's not built with stability. And you can have little pockets of this. But then when you get the big wind gust, the foundation just falls apart because it's not built right. These are just pockets of hopium. That's all this is. Pockets of hopium. It's my new word. Adrian, which side are you on here, man? I love your that's the
Muted.
Muted. Everybody who comes on here starts muted. Pockets of hopium, damn it.
Muted.
Go ahead now. Adrian. But let anybody all right, so Evan.
Now you're on.
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
Now you're good.
Now you're good.
Can't hear me?
Now
we hear you.
Okay. All right. Mike McDaniel just saved his job. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. Mike McDaniel just saved
I already
his
said
job
this.
right now, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Do you understand, bro? Beating the Bills that
How do we all
like we haven't done it in so long.
We haven't. It's
not.
Why do we all change the
We
opinions
thinking about
and
what the
say-
ownership
George,
thinking. Come
George
on,
keeps
man.
thinking we're trying to tell him we want this. It's not about that, George. Reality
No,
is he just saved his job.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I will not believe that.
If you're a fly on the wall in the building, you know this. Like that's just reality.
It's not that I'm the Jewish.
They made a statement that this wasn't good enough. So because you won 5 games in a row and you finished with 8 wins, that if I told you before the season we win 8 games and McDaniel keeps his job, you say yes or no. You say absolutely not.
Right.
I say hell no.
But you didn't factor in the part where they had a meeting. McDaniel threw Greer under the bus. He said, I tried to win with Tua. They fired Greer. He then turns the whole team around. Everybody starts playing all of a sudden, and they win 9 games straight. Yeah, he keeps his job. Of course he keeps his job.
Next year.
Bro, he just saved his job for sure.
The reality
the defense, Anthony Weaver just got him a head coaching job right now.
I just said that.
Like it's crazy.
I don't know about that.
That's the reality, George. That's the reality. They seen this
When
win.
you
They said,
got
"Oh my God, you just dog walk the Bills." Yes, this is what's happening. Oh, Mike McDaniel gets to keep his job.
there's
Anthony
one
Weaver,
thing.
hey, if you leave, you leave, but you're going to get a head coaching job somewhere.
Under the Sun episode 2 will be out at the end of this week.
Oh no!
Under the Sun episode 2 this week, guys. I'm telling you, they haven't had an episode in how many weeks?
That's hilarious.
It's going to be called Eclipse.
Unbelievable. Watch. Well, they're going to drop it tomorrow. Like,
Hey, wait, is the elevator picture gonna be a McDaniel Weaver?
yes.
Why not?
Dude,
Yes.
don't tell me that will be
yeah,
electric
touchy
tomorrow
touch.
morning.
Or it might be the Minka play, because that Minka play at the 1 yard line on
They-
the
they-
2-point
Jets on
conversion
that
was
play,
a
didn't they?
great stop.
Yeah, that was a great.
So let me fill y'all in a little bit about Minka this last week, because that's what was so special about watching him today. He seemed like he had a little more fire under his ass.
They all
So
did.
as people know now, we have Derek Wingo's on board now. He works for Rosenhaus. He's actually the head agent for Minka Fitzpatrick
Shout out.
and Minka's little brother. And dude, Minka and his family were pissed that he was even being considered in trade talks. He was like, I'm done. I want to be in Miami. This is where I'm playing. I want to finish my career here. I don't want to even be mentioned in trade talks. Well, he didn't get traded. And look at the performance you got out of his boy.
He's not good enough to kind of make those things. For me, he's not good enough. I could care less what he would think.
Look, George, nobody's good enough for George. You might as well change the name of your podcast. You're not in the Dolphins, bro.
Minka's
I
not
agree
good.
with
Yes,
you, George. Let's
he's
just
not
be
good
clear.
enough for me to not consider trading or
Unfaithful.
listening to what's a trading question.
Unfaithful.
Okay, George, Adrian and I, because Adrian watches me and we 100% agree with you. McDaniel should be gone. I would eat to his contract tomorrow, even after the win. But as the Jew whisperer, I went to talk to a rabbi. Ross is literally doesn't want to repent.
Starting?
I'm a Jew whisperer. Okay.
Hold on, I'll give my opinion in a minute.
Okay. Honestly, the guy literally
I would not eat that contract.
It's his son. He doesn't want to get rid of him. He has a crush on this guy, and he believes in this guy. And I'm convinced Champ Kelly's going to be the GM. Mike McDaniel's going to have personnel decisions. And by the way, I believe right now in Ross's mind, he is going to give. It drives me crazy. Who will be the quarterback next year? I don't want that. Mike McDaniel will be the head coach. I don't want that. And Mike McDaniel is going to be the one who chooses his general manager.
If that happens, low-fi your host of the podcast next week.
The thing is, though,
I'm anti that.
The thing is, though, I'm not putting on the table for McDaniel either. But the reality of the situation is, this whole situation is getting kicked down to 2027, regardless. So
that's
like,
what it seems like.
That's what it looked like.
so that's where you really gotta like put your heels in and go, okay, if that's the case, what are we doing here? Okay, well, if you go and win 9 games, then I'm pretty excited about the offseason and going trenches and you being able to build a team around these guys, knowing that you're still trying to build assets and plan for 2027 to go all in on a quarterback. Pretty good situation if you think about it like that. Yeah. If you go and win 8-9 games, then everybody's looking better. Waddle's
again. That's only. I agree with you. I'm not saying you guys agree that McDaniel should or shouldn't be back.
Yeah, no, we all know that.
To me, it looks like 22. They're doing one more year. And I agree, it looks like that. I just can't fathom why. Because if you're doing half measures, you want to load up and be bad like the Jets are for that 2027 quarterback class, and that draft is legit. That 2027 is legit.
The Jets just went and won today as well.
Yeah. So, I mean,
and New Orleans.
Nothing got worse from that kind of tankathon perspective. That's number one. And
we don't know what they're going to pick, right? But I'm just saying, if you're going to do it right, not half measured. It never works. But anyways, go ahead, Sonny.
No, it would listen. Am I married to Tua on this team? No, I am not. Do I hate Tua? It depends on the game.
Yeah,
but the fact of the matter is, listen, I'm not a Tua near. I'm not a Tua hater. I'm a supporter of the Miami Dolphins quarterback until I have to get off the bandwagon. That's how I was with Tannehill. That's how I was with Jake. Seriously, but that's how it is. It's like that's how it is. I'm not certain accounts on Twitter that blame everything else on everything but the quarterback. I'm not.
Name
I'm also
him right now, Jason. Don't you
I'm not naming the 3 letters. I'm not doing the VBS. But anyway, I understand what type of a quarterback can succeed.
Shout out Joshua House.
I understand what kind of quarterback you need in this NFL. You need a dual threat.
What was that, Adrian? Hold on. I didn't hear that.
I'm skipping over that. I don't want to open up the can of worms. I don't want to open up the can of worms. I heard you.
Shout out House.
Oh, who's that? Oh, okay.
Bobby gets it.
Watch out. Bobby's got that shirt
I don't
on
see
today.
anybody's mouth moving.
Hey, Bobby's got that shirt on today. Watch out now.
George,
don't do that.
You need a quarterback who is a dual threat in this league, who can extend the play, who can get himself out of the pocket and not give himself up three yards before he's hit because of fear of injury. I get that, okay? I want a prototypical quarterback who could run. I want a guy who, if need be, can dive over the pile to get 4th and 1, 4th and inches. That's the kind of guy that I want. Now, does everything else fall by the wayside? No, they need to shear up a couple of positions. So I don't think that they're that far away if they can get a better, more capable quarterback who could extend plays and do a little bit more than what we've seen Tua do. Okay? Not saying I'm a hater, but I'm on board with hopefully seeing more improvement from the coaches. These boys played for McDaniel today. You saw that. So you can't discount that, George. You cannot discount that.
I gotta admit, Tua looks tough in that post-game press with his dreads tied back, and I gotta admit, I'm like, I don't discount.
Hey, right before
he looks tough. I gotta say.
Right before I go and head off and get some lobster, guys.
Oh yeah.
That's how I'm finishing my day with some lobsters. I get lobster with the win. That's great in its own right. But talking what Jason's talking about, that's why we move on from Tua. What are we asking the quarterback to do now? Right. We don't need Tua to do what Tua does. We can do that with a lot less. We're turning into a run-first team, and all the things you're asking us to be able to do, Tua can't do. Occasional run for a first down, occasionally get that push for 4th and 1. He doesn't check any of those boxes. We could do that if we're asking the quarterback just to do some play action,
throw an interception,
run to set up the pass. We don't need it to. We don't need to spend $53 million to have a guy hand off a ball, which he does the best play fakes probably in the NFL. I'll give Tua that. I love his play fakes. So if I was going to give a notch in his belt, great play fakes. He sells a play, but we don't need that. If we're going to be a run first team, it's going to be an H-hand show, and we can just move off of Tua altogether and start looking for that person that can extend a play that gives us that first down, kind of some of that Josh Allen, because unfortunately Tua, it's all design plays. Everybody has to be at a spot. I'll do a whole Tua breakdown for you guys one of these days, what I see and what Waddle is and what he might be or what has stunted Waddle's growth. And that is Tua. Because you think about it, I'll give you a hint on what else nobody's ever said about Tua is he has to throw to a spot. He has to throw early. Guess what the rest of the NFL, you heard it a couple times every game where you hear a quarterback say, oh, they weren't on the same page. You ever heard that statement? You've never heard that from the Dolphins sideline. Oh, they weren't on the same page. Want to know why that is? Because wide receivers have options. In our offense, our wide receivers have no option. You're running to a spot, and Tua has to deliver the ball. That's the magic. The 2-second Tua hit the back foot throw, hit the receiver. He's not. He can't throw it late. He can't get away throwing it late. He can't let the play develop. He has so many things going against him. He can't run and have enough arm to throw across his body with the 50-yard pass. There's so many things Tua just can't do. But he just does one thing very, very well. You get him in rhythm. You can get someone into a route, and he can step on his back foot and throw to a spot. That's why our receivers are built the way they are. They're all fast, great route runners, get separation, because that's the only thing with his arm strength and what he's good at. That's all we can do. The NFL knows it. That's why we're running the ball, and we're trying to set up the pass. We're running this up the pass to see what Tua.
We have to successfully run the ball, and I think that's the thing that's mind-blowing me. That's blown my mind this whole time under this regime is the lack of investment in the offensive line or the hits on the line, the running back. These things are you said it best, but Tua does this better than anybody in the league.
Think about Waddle. He doesn't.
Did you see that throw where he hit? They tried to challenge the NWI. He threw that to that exact spot. That wasn't a bad throw. Nobody
So here's
else.
why-
There's very few quarterbacks that can make that throw. However, you're right. He is limited to other things.
Now
So,
think about
I'm
Waddle's
not-
development.
$1 million
So now I'm talking
to
about
me.
Waddle and his value.
Okay.
Does he even understand how to read the defense on when he can break off a route or he's going to go deep? Like a lot of these great, combinations of Jerry Rice's of the worlds and all that, where they have options in their routes. And if the quarterback's reading, they get on the same page as you hear, and they can feel, oh, yep, if I break off the route here, I'm going to find the soft part of the zone. None of that happens in our design of our offense. Everybody's going to the spot.
Lo-Fi, I would say too, like they've been together for so long too, like since college. You don't think that they should be more on point than they are now? Like it's
That's what I'm
wild
saying.
to think.
Think
It's
about
wild
what
to
he's
think.
good, not with Tua. That's why I said, what is Waddle's real trade value? Are the Bills looking at him like, well, can he do some of the things we need to ask him for? Or do we just send him to a spot like he's been doing the last 8 years of his life? He's been running to a spot.
I think he could excel with that.
I think actually Waddle will be
typical
just as
quarterback.
good, if not even better, at somewhere else. If I'm being
But with that
honest.
conversation, I bid you guys great afternoon. Bobby, first time I got to talk to you. Pleasure meeting you. Adrian, always. Jason, my first time. Thank you. George.
Great, Lo-Fi. That voice of God right
Oh
there.
my God.
You're gonna see Lo-Fi here a lot more. Lo-Fi is we found a hidden gem here in Lo-Fi. I appreciate you.
Jealous of that voice.
Yeah.
He absolutely carried with me that trade deadline where no deals happened, where the Jets kind of stole the show. Thank you,
Y'all are fucking beasts for that. I'm just saying that. That was
It's
a long time, bro. To keep that shit going and y'all did that.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. I'll be supporting you all the time. Pins Faithful Podcast, hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe.
Love you, brother.
He's got the lines down. I love it.
Yeah, he's got everything. Jason, you got to get your lines down. Jason just a talent.
All right.
Jason just shows up. He's the talent.
Let me address DS Glable right now. I'm selling a different drug than the hopium. I'm selling.
And Chad, if you want George to bring me on more, let me know. Chad, if you want me out there more, I'll come out more.
All right.
Before getting into the realium that I'm selling, make sure you all hit that like button, subscribe. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. The Dolphins have 5 picks right now in the top 100 of the 2026 draft, right? Okay. They might be married to Tua, but 2027 is the draft for the quarterback or the loaded draft, right?
Unless you fall into the top one.
So here's what they really truly need to do in the top 100 in any order. Right tackle, cornerback, defensive line, right guard, tall wide receiver. All right? Tyreek Hill is probably not going to be on this team. So if you get a Waddle 1A and a 6'3", 6'4", 1B, Malik Washington is your 3. Dolchik, rookie, you got a nice little tight end group. Austin Jackson, I could say goodbye to. James Daniels, we never even said hello to. I want a right guard who has played right guard since Pee Wee. I want Tate Ratledge. We couldn't get Tate Ratledge. We should have gotten Tate Ratledge, but that's the kind of player that I want, a pure blood right guard. So now all of a sudden you could have a solid offensive line. You obviously got to get a little bit more on the trenches. You always got to get more on the trenches, and they need that lockdown number 1 quarterback. So it's not hopium. It's realium that this team is building to be able to fill in the holes effectively, where if Tua cannot do it next year, Dunzo out. 2027 is where you got to get your guy. If Quinn Ewers is not the person, which, you know what? I like him. He's fun. Let's see what he could do in spots, whatever. You still draft a quarterback. And I'll tell you what, when you get into day 3 next year, you draft another quarterback in 2026 just for the competition, because you know who's not coming back is Zach Wilson. So if you got 2 young quarterbacks pushing to it in 2026 with a chance to have everything you need but the quarterback, here's my dream of what the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins will be. If I'm Dr. Frankenstein building a monster, and I'm going to shout out, but people are going to laugh here. People are going to laugh. But let's think about this. Let's keep to his accuracy. I want that accuracy as some component of it. How about Jay Fiedler's moxie, right? How about Chad Pennington's smarts? And how about Chad Henny's arm strength. If you can get something,
You're doing, I thought you were doing the whole league. I was like,
no. We've had 29 quarterbacks since Dan Marino. A lot of them have had
quarterback.
It's like baseball, where you say you want a 5-tool player, but they don't exist. You want to hope for a 2-tool, 3-tool, and teach the rest. Well, Dolphins they've had one tool kind of players, right? Henny, great arm, can't do anything else. Pennington, smart as can be. That's all really he was with some accuracy, So he had 2 tools there. Jay Fiedler, 1 tool. All due respect to Jay.
Yeah.
Tua,
1
superpower. But if you have a component of all 4 of those things,
what about Ray Lucas is running?
Ray Lucas's team he was a kind of.
But you're talking traits, Jason. I think that's the thing I always want at this quarterback position. And you said something about the top of the draft. We need this, we need that. I'm going to tell you, just draft the best football player. Like that linebacker, Reese from Ohio State.
This draft, absolutely. Monster. This draft, absolutely.
Best player available all the way.
The Woods kid. Where does he comes in? Defensive tackle, Woods, Caleb Downs. Just draft what I learned in the last draft. We all loved the draft because we thought the theme of line of scrimmage. But, I learned when the 5th player on my board was there in the second round, as much as I love Jonah, I'm dumb to say take Jonah over that guy. Will Johnson's hurt all the time, but just take the best. I always say, take the best players what Baltimore does. Bring them in the building and figure this shit out. You just got to take the best players available. You draft for need, you're in trouble. And I think that's the message we're going to send during this draft season, Jason, when we do our shows, is no need stuff. I don't know if you guys watch college, but that Oliver, the Reese kid is a monster at linebacker. Ruben Bain,
Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson. Quarterback wise, it depends because the NIL, it's hard to predict.
Projects.
It's all hard to predict who's coming out now.
Well, that's why I'm saying I'm not mad about this route because it's a bad year. If I told you 100% we're going to get a quarterback this year, I don't feel as good as if I told you 100% next year a quarterback because there's going to be 5 dudes next year. All them dudes are going back. I'm hearing Dante Moore is going back to school.
Sellers probably.
Mateer's going back to school.
The Dolphins. Seller might be going to Miami, but not the Dolphins. He might be going to the Hurricanes. I heard they're ready to dish some money to him.
Well, get playing in Hard Rock.
Get this team a quarterback ready away. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
Bobby, Jason, Adrian. My problem is the process to get there. You can't half measure it. If you're planning for 27,
we don't even know who the GM gonna be, man. It could be a lot of bad decisions in between now and then, man. For real.
If you're keeping McDaniel and you're doing the 1-year thing, don't hire a GM. Don't hire a GM. You keep Champ Kelly because I want a real candidate to come in when you have a clean slate. Where, like Jason always says, right? We say you can pick the quarterback, you can pick the coach, and you're all tied together. If you're keeping McDaniel, don't make a Dennis Hickey hire this year. Because honestly, the best candidate you're probably going to get is Champ Kelly with McDaniel here. Because nobody else candidate is going to keep the job. I don't know if any of you guys.
McDaniel's here next year. He just beat the Bills, bro. That's it. Lock him in.
Wait, do you guys agree with that, though? Bobby, Jason, Adrian, do you guys agree? If you're going to keep McDaniel, you might as well just keep Champ Kelly, see how it works out next year, because you're going to get a half-ass GM hired this year.
What are you going to let McDaniel pick the GM?
No.
What else are you going to do?
You bring him in. Ross, that's the biggest problem because Ross's main job is to make the right hire, 2 or 3 right hires, and he can't do it. And he's got nobody around, and he's got nobody around him to trust. He can trust. So that's another problem. But he's got to hire a guy knowing McDaniel's going to be the coach. You're not going to get the best candidate. You're going to get a Dennis Hickey. Champ Kelly is a Dennis Hickey, better version. So that's the best you're going to get. So I don't know about you, Jason. Bobby,
people that will want to work with Mike McDaniel, bro. There has to be.
Here's the problem. Most likely, Mike McDaniel is going to be gone after 27.
Yeah.
So you're going to hire a GM that is not the best candidate, and the next year you're going to be without a coach, without a quarterback.
Or you tell the GM, hey, you're going to suffer for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll have a clean job.
These guys get one shot at this job. They're not going to
prepare for a year in advance. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby, you agree with me on that, or you think it doesn't matter? I mean, what are your thoughts?
No, I've said from day one, I think in order to get real football people. Now, this was, talking about coaches, GM, everything. You do need to clean house all the way. If you want somebody that you respect, somebody that's truly going to come in, like they want full reign, so they want to come in and say, "Look, you brought me here because I know my shit, right? And I'm going to run the organization. I'm the GM. I'm not listening to Mike McDaniel. I'm not listening to you. You paying me to make the decisions. I'm making the decisions." So I do understand the conflict there. You might be, and I'm not saying everybody's not going to go for it, but you might be able to sell, like Adrian said, look, you get 1 year with McDaniel. Shit don't work. You can fire him, go get whoever the hell you want.
Exactly.
But I think next year.
Because they're attached to Tua, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He's attached to Tua.
You're going to get rid of Tua too. So, like, they do have an out after year 1. Also, if it doesn't work, they probably just have that much better of draft picks. So, but I think next year, if you look at it like this, next year's draft and offseason will be still used and executed like the first year of a rebuild.
Yeah.
Like you said, George, I think it's going to be BPA. Look, consider you're in the first year of this rebuild. You got 10 draft picks, 5 of them in the top 100. Go get BPA. Bring me 5 dogs.
Who's picking BPA? But we're going to start this with if this is the first year of the rebuild that you're saying, Bobby, you are nuts to start this with a half-ass measure with McDaniel still as a coach.
I'm not saying it's actually the first year of the rebuild. I'm saying the draft mindset. You got to think about it. Like, we all know this is kicking to 2027.
Same thing for me. I'm not saying you. This is what you believe. I'm saying if it needs to start next year and you're building towards 27, to me, you need to do the right thing and clean house in 26. Because you're just kicking the can down for the same result. It's going to happen anyway.
And they still might. Like, we haven't went on that 8-game
we don't know.
We haven't went on an 8-game winning streak. We don't know what's going to be what.
We could lose to the Saints. You know what I mean? And lose to the Commanders. Jason, your thoughts? Do you think, because it's an interesting question, right? We're coming off a win here, and I want to answer next after this because we did win. How much of this is real? How much do you think this can be sustainable? I'm going to answer that question next. Shout out to over the 500 people on all platforms. Make sure you guys come over to YouTube, hit that thumbs up, drop that like. We beat the ball. You're not. Open your eyes. That 30-13 score is not wrong. We did do that. I don't have it. I thought it would have it the other way around with the 13 on the Dolphins and 30 on the Bills. But yes, they did beat it. It's a great feeling, a great win, and we're going to break down, is this sustainable? I want to ask you guys this question. I already talked to Bobby about it. Jason, if they're going to start this rebuild regardless, and like he said, next year's draft is kind of the start, honestly, with this year's draft included, do you think it's a mistake to let this start with Mike McDaniel and kind of a half measure if it's Champ Kelly? Or because we talk about all the time on our show, Jason, you are not getting the best candidate with Mike McDaniel as the head coach.
I'm going to try to keep this not to be a loaded answer, but it's the same thing that I've been kind of saying. I want a brand new GM to be the general. And as Bobby said, I don't want anyone else in that person's ear. It's that person's decision, live or die.
Okay.
And I will be fine with what that person does year by year. So you bring in let's say it's a non-scouting backgrounded general manager who might be like the deputy general manager from another team, right? That person comes in and he or she runs that show. Even for argument's sake, if it's Dawn Aponte, you know what I'm saying? It's Dawn's way or the highway. So whatever the person wants to do, and I think what is realistic is probably going to see what McDaniel does for one more year. If that person dubs McDaniel, all right, we had a nice draft. We had all these picks in the top 100. We signed a free agent here or there, whatever. Now you have no excuse, right? Other than Tua. But let's see what happens with the situation with Tua. But then it sets them up for 2027 with a loaded everything but the quarterback team potentially. But you got all these other components where you have a quarterback who might be that prototypical guy, doesn't need to throw only the spots, doesn't need to throw 40 times, needs to do his job. Give me the second coming of Jalen Hurts. I'll be fine with that. If everybody else has a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, would anybody have a problem with building like the Philadelphia Eagles? I wouldn't have a problem with that right now. You know what I mean? So foundation, exactly. So yes, BPA 1000%. If I had my druthers, if you have to choose over, the best player available at cornerback versus the best player available at wide receiver, I'm going cornerback in that exact case. You know what I mean? So there's a best player available of heavier position of need, fine. But I will be okay with whatever a brand new general manager does. If Champ Kelly is the guy, I'm not going to throw my hands up and be upset with it. I'm going to be a little disappointed because that I think is a more you're pretty much setting yourself to have the same mistake if you bring Champ Kelly back. And that's with all due respect to Champ Kelly. I would like a clean slate on a general manager who has the wherewithal and moxie to be like, this might not be the most desirable position, but I have enough chips where I can turn that into. I'm speaking for the new general manager. You want someone to come in and say,
Hey,
I
Bruce
will
Buffer?
fix it. It's almost like going to another sport like I like to do. Theo Epstein changed the culture for a team, came in as a brilliant dude and said, I'm going to fix this. And he did. You know what I mean? Your boy Barry Zito came in and said, I'm going to fix this. And he did. I'm going different sports, but that's what they got to do. I don't care if it's someone from a different sport. I don't care if it's someone who didn't do this with the Dolphins at all. Bring in someone fresh with conviction, and I'll give a year to see what that person does.
Yeah, give him total autonomy, man, and let him go.
1,000% my way or the highway. Even tell Stephen Ross, give me my blank checkbook. Do not whisper in my ear. Eric Bischoff, another Adrian.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. George might feel better like
the HNIP.
If we go and get the assistant GM of the Eagles or the like, yeah, I'm just saying like it's all just hypotheticals right now. We're assuming you ain't gonna get the best guy for the job, but I promise you, if we go get the assistant GM from the Eagles this offseason, George will go, holy fuck, we got it.
But
we got it.
He's not coming to a mic, Bobby. That's what my point is.
I don't know. They look like they might nerd out pretty well together. They're both Ivy League guys. That might be a match made in heaven.
You know when Ross gets him in front of him in that meeting, he's gonna love him, bro. Ross gonna love him. I like Calabi from the Eagles, man.
The other guy to consider is the Michigan guy that's the assistant GM in LA.
Oh, Alexander. I like him, and I like Agnew. I
like Agnew. I'm just saying, like, if you go get Agnew.
But those guys come with, hey, you got a clean slate of quarterback, head coach. That's when those guys come.
But if they do come, you'll know that they have full autonomy and they'll be able to make the call.
Oh, if they do come, you're going to see me go live and bang my head on some happiness here. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. But I just, like Jason said, Jason's point is kind of what I'm saying. Because those guys come in, they're probably going to say goodbye to Mike. That's what I'm saying is you got to give them that option. That
we think, right? We think. We don't know, though.
That's it. Jason says, let's bring in a strong figurehead, either executive or personnel, somebody at the top, an executive, and they can make the decision on Mike. They can't be forced. That man.
Listen,
you're not. Go ahead.
If it's Alex Hallaby from the Eagles, right, and he uses his mentor, if he uses Howie Roseman's formula. Right?
You paid him a shitload of money, either one.
That's not a problem. But that's not a problem. Ross could give a general manager with enticing draft picks and the ability to say, give me my money, let me do whatever the hell I want. I'm going to do the way we've done it before and show that ring. And I would want him to be the Howie Roseman, bully in the draft. All right? Trade effectively in the draft. You know what? It's week 2. It's week 2. You need a running back. Trade for a third stringer on someone else's team that could be a second stringer. Look at what Howie Roseman as a Super Bowl winner has done the last 5 weeks. He just took Jalen Phillips, and that might be what pushes them over the top yet again. I'm okay
Jalen
with
Phillips probably getting 2 sacks tonight.
Exactly. And you know what? But he is never content with just winning a Super Bowl. Roseman has never been content with just getting to a Super Bowl. He still makes deals, but you're going to hopefully get a guy with that conviction where if he's the one, if it's Hallaby to say, all right, Mike, you got with me 1 year. I'm fine with that.
Right.
1,000%.
So would I. If you get his butt in the seat and sign the contract, I'm fine with it. I just don't think you get there with giving him, you have a year with Mike Nobody wants to waste years with a head coach. They want to start with
This guy is young.
This is the
He's almost-
Dolphins,
right,
bro.
he's young.
This is what we
He's gonna have
do,
the
baby.
he's going to have the opportunity at any job he wants. He's the hot name. He's the young guy. You know, he's the new nerd. He's the new McDaniel, but in the assistant general manager, like Bobby said, these guys probably would like play chess together in their off time. You know what I mean? Like do something. I can see them having chess battles and like all those kind of fun things.
We always do a year behind, like always. So this is gonna be the same thing. Next year it won't be until 2027 that we actually do some, and next year will be a year behind. And then
Let's hear a winning. Let's see if Mike McDaniel's a little more confident as he was on the sideline.
I can't wait.
I'm dying to hear Mike. Hold on, let me get it up here wherever it is.
You have to win the game to win the game.
You know what? You know how they won the game today? They scored more points.
Yeah. Let's see.
First, with the leadership, the captains, and the leadership council setting the tone. But realistically, it was a full week of preparation that was diligent and, quite honestly, a little salty. So, I think it was the attention to detail. It was the focus on the style of football we were going to play, not the results that were going to come. And, there was some complimentary football at its finest where, you get a stop, you get a special teams play, and you get points. And that football 101, even with a couple, throws that I was actually really pumped. I told Tua on some third down calls to let it rip down the field and kind of operate it as an opportunity ball to, act as a punt. Still with all that, we ended up in the plus. So, by and large, we just executed on the things that we set out to execute. So I think that was the biggest difference.
He just covered for Tua. Y'all know that, right? Them two bad picks.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, tell him to throw it downfield.
Hold on, wait. There was something where here's Tua. First of all, this is the best Tua's look.
That's a compliment, Mike McDaniel, though.
Wait, this is the most swag.
Yeah, he took it. He took it on the chin, as he should.
Yeah, I just want to let you know this is my swag out. This Tua. I'm feeling this Tua. Here, let me share the screen.
Oh no.
Dude, his eye's still messed up. It's insane.
Yeah.
How many say tough? How many say tough, bro?
I would say it was a mindset shift. It was more so when we got a certain look, when we got one-on-one with Jalen and it was single high safety, that no matter what, we wanted to take that shot. And, we want to give one of our best guys on the offense an opportunity to go one-on-one with whoever their DBs are. And so, got to make a better play, both me and Ski. But outside of that, that's what we were told to do.
All right. Besides the fact that was a boring answer. Besides, no accountability there, but he looked tough.
I'm fucking done with this guy, bro. I cannot, bro, with this dude.
He didn't look tough. He didn't look. Come on.
He looked like he's trying to be from the hood, and he really ain't, dude.
No, he's definitely not from the hood. I can tell you that.
Come on,
he's
man.
All right, I want to get into what this means and round it out with that. But first, I got to mention the sponsor of our show. We're sponsored by Rescue Tech 305, the postgame show. Rescue Tech 305 IT Services. You can call Mike at 305-504-TECH. That's 305-504-8324. Or email Mike at rescuetech305.com or visit rescuetech305.com. That's Mike from Rescue Tech 305. Let them know Vince Faithful sent you to hook you up. They're one of the best in the business. I've used them. They're pretty good. They're local here in Miami. All right. Now I want to know. Let me get you guys back on the screen. That'd be nice. I want to know, what does this mean? We're talking about Mike coming back, not coming back. He saved his job. What does this mean? How sustainable is this? And what do you take out of this that you think moving forward this team can take that, okay, it wasn't just an aberration this win, kind of like we had with Atlanta, then we went back and got beat by the Ravens. I'll start with you, Bobby. Tell me what you're taking away. Is it the defense?
Dude, it's just the fact that you just curb stomp the Bills, man. Like, if anybody knows me, and it's not like I'm a genius here. Everybody knows this. We do not fucking beat the Bills. Like, I mean,
No.
dude, you don't wake up on accident and go, you know what? I think we're gonna beat the shit out of the Bills today. Like, so that
Been
would be
10
my
years.
biggest takeaway is you don't accidentally show up and play fundamental football and disciplined football on all sides of the ball and special teams and go and beat the shit out of the Bills because it just so happened. So that would be my takeaway, big time or positive. Downside is the Falcons game. We did that same thing. I had the same speech. You know, we played complimentary football against a really good team who just beat the Bills. So, you know, that was a little confusing. They come back out the next week and got their ass kicked. So, you know, that's what they need to do. They need to show us the travel to Madrid, which Jack Jones just said that the flight to Madrid is going to be lit. So apparently
he's at the head of that.
I don't love that.
It doesn't matter.
You don't love lit situations. Come on, bro. I've been out with you at night.
Lit situations. I'm talking about a team that's fucking. They can't even play consistently on a weekly basis, bro. I don't love that.
The upside is they're flying to Madrid Monday, so they got time to get back around.
Yeah, they can drink. Yeah, they'll be fine. But Jack Jones, man, that was a beautiful punch out, bro. As the guy,
what are we celebrating though?
Now you're on my side, Adrian. Now you're on my side.
What are we celebrating?
You just said Mike saying, okay, I'm asking you, Adrian. What are you taking from this game? Nothing. Absolutely zero.
Nothing. No, we did this before, bro. We did this before. We did this with Atlanta. And guess what? We're not consistent enough. We know we don't have a great team. We know they can play this way, but are they going to do it on a weekly basis? No, they're not, man. They done proven it to us. They done proven it to us, man. Yeah, you get the ball to Achane. That's your golden boy. That's the golden ticket right there. You're going to get it to him every game, at least probably 20 to 25 times. And that's going to move your offense. Jalen Waddle, of course, he'd been having some great games since Tyreek been out, like great games. So, but do I believe that this team can consistently do this every week here on out? No, man. And they done proven it to us. I'll give Anthony Weaver his credit because Anthony Weaver was in his absolute bag today. Like, this dude destroyed the Bills, bro. He had Josh Allen on the sideline just like thinking about his life. Like, man, do I even want to play football anymore? You know what I'm saying? That's how he was looking, bro. Every commercial break, like before they went to commercial, they come back. Josh Allen looking like, man, I don't even know if I want to play this game anymore.
Tired, bro. They literally
were
were
winded as I've ever seen him. Exactly. I never seen Josh Allen like.
And we see him in 90-degree heat. And
he was winded that game too. I think he threw up even.
You know what it was too? The pressure he didn't feel comfortable. Like he didn't have space to create. He just didn't. He took a lot. Every play that he made or didn't get sacked or attempted an incomplete pass, it took a lot of energy out of him. You could see.
Well, he got comfortable in the second half. They just couldn't. They were too far behind, bro.
Yeah, Adrian, you party pooper. That's what he said.
It was nice. If we're looking at this week by week for the next 3 weeks, or even the next month, because the bye week, let's do something fun. And you guys are right. If they shit the bed after a performance like the Falcons game and they shit the bed the following week against the Ravens, that's a problem. Why I don't think that may happen in Spain is because you have a Commanders team where everything is going right for the Dolphins. You got their starting quarterback with a dislocated elbow a week removed. You got their number one receiver in Terry McLaurin, who's been out more than he's been in. You got a defense of the Commanders that's bottom 7 in total yardage, bottom 3 in yards per play. Okay, so now, if you can get a win to get to 4-7 going into the bye week, the next 2 games are against the Saints and against the Jets. Now, I'm not all
Jason, all you just said don't sound like perfect Dolphin collapse, though.
No, maybe.
No, it sounds like what the Dolphins have been doing every year. Go 2-7 and
listen. The difference of walloping the Falcons and losing to the Ravens is I don't see Lamar Jackson. I don't see Derrick Henry. I don't see the Ravens organization in my mirror or in my windshield, rather. And then if I'm saying The Commanders game, they beat them. They fly home on a more lit plane during a bye week scenario to play the two worst teams in the NFL, arguably, in the Saints and the Jets.
Who are fighting for the same draft spot?
No, those two
I mean, they're in front of you.
Those two are.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are not getting that number one draft pick. It's just not happening. So let those two fight for it and hope that it's the Saints. Let's just hope that it's the Saints. But they might not even draft a quarterback.
Oh,
we'll get on that.
Oh, they're drafting a quarterback.
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's fine.
Jason, that's one of those things that as soon as you say it, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Shook is not the guy. I get it. But the fact is, and I'm not doing the hopium. I'm just looking at what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a Commanders winnable game at a neutral site where in Europe, the Dolphins are more popular than Commanders. It is what it is.
And
could
weird
be a majority.
things happen, right? Weird things happen in the Sunday morning games.
You know, right. Sure.
It's weird. Even if they had Jaden Daniels.
Oh, dude, we get to wake up at 9 and watch that. Fuck.
Oh.
They had 3 winnable games in a row with the bye week. And the way I see it, in a game where you're going to
8 o'clock for me.
That is not an easy game. I get that. Going to Pittsburgh is not an easy game. Where even if they win the next 3 games and that game against Pittsburgh, that's a show me who you really are kind of game, right? Now, sub-story wise, that would be great to get the better of Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, who wanted out. It would be great to get the better of Aaron Rodgers, who is just fucking Aaron Rodgers. You know, you always want to get the better of Aaron Rodgers if you can, you know? So they have a chance to really rattle off a back end. George, you're going to laugh your ass off. They have a chance to rattle off a back end of the season, kind of like they did in 2021.
Don't do this.
I'm not saying it's going to happen.
You want me to make it to the end of the season? I want to
listen.
If we pick
as Bobby said,
overall,
they didn't just beat the Bills on a last-second Hail Mary or a Miami Miracle scenario like the Patriots years ago. They kicked the ever-loving shit out of the defending MVP. They kicked them in the mouth, and you ruined it. What's great about this is that you had so many people coming down from Buffalo on like a long weekend. It's Veterans Day on Tuesday. You had people here. You had people here for 5 days, maybe even there for another 3 or 4 or 5. You know, they had people planning vacations. The elbow room was
that was our Super Bowl, Jason. That's why we celebrating this shit, man. Come on, man. Yeah, the plane ride gonna be lit. Get the fuck out of here, man.
If they
y'all won the Super Bowl, man, we still ain't doing shit.
I'm not punching a ticket to the playoffs. I'm not doing anything other than saying the next 3 games set up favorable enough to the Dolphins where they should win them. And then you have Pittsburgh. You have Pittsburgh, tough game. You have a Joe Burrow-less Bengals game. You got
Joe Flacco. All right.
I wouldn't even go that far, Jason. Let's stop at the 3 game. If they're sitting there 6 and 7, that's honestly Dolphins. We say so Dolphins. That is so Dolphins. That is the MO. The question we got to keep answering is why the heck do we keep starting so slow and not figuring things out till mid-game with the same personnel? Like this is the issue with Mike McDaniel, right? And this is what it's going to happen next year. You know, it's going to. Who's your quarterback? You're sitting at a franchise here. This is my problem. No future quarterback, no future coach, no future GM.
No future.
Any of you 3 guys disagree with that?
I'm going to give you percentages and where I agree and not agree.
Okay.
I agree 100% with no quarterback. Right now, they need a new quarterback. I said that.
Yeah.
And people could hate me for it. I couldn't give a shit. They need a better quarterback.
They hate you.
Trust me,
I want angry Jason. But by the way, I want angry Jason. I don't care.
I'm a happy angry. I'm a happy angry right now.
And I don't care if anybody comes at Jason, they're coming at me. So
I appreciate that. But I've seen enough football where I'm not happy with the quarterback, right? But I've also seen enough football to know that they can rattle off 4 straight wins.
All right. So what are the percentages?
3 weeks. Percentages. I think there's 80% chance that you need a new GM and should have a new GM, right? And I think the coach is 50-50. The coach is 50-50 right now. 50-50.
Bobby, Walk me off the ledge here, bro. What's your
What?
Coach is 50-50, GM
Brother,
80%.
I can't freaking talk you off the ledge of being a Dolphins fan, brother. That's
No.
deeper.
We live on the ledge.
Than I'm capable of. Here's all I'm gonna say about it. You're not
Facts.
gonna see me complaining about we're like 20-1. The Bills are like 20-1 the last 21 matchups versus us. You got there and beat the shit out of the Bills today. I'm taking that as a win. If you go and play impressive complimentary football for the next 3 weeks, we'll reset and we go in prime time versus Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and we'll see if you are any different. We don't have to argue about it. We're gonna see. The schedule is set up perfect for you to see.
Thank you.
Something any different.
It's a big boy game in Pittsburgh. If you win 3 straight,
I guess the
from
difference
this
is
on,
I've already seen. Like,
Yeah,
from
I
here
think
on out
so too.
doesn't matter to me. I guess
That's all cool, but like we have as podcast people, like we all have.
I know, but
you have to take the week by the week.
It's
Today we just beat the fuck out of the Bills. That's all I can tell you.
Wait, it's going to be week by week. It's a journey we're going to take you on. The Dolphins every week is a different storyline, so that's not going to be a problem, right? But I'm just saying, if they end the season 8-9, not good enough for me. How we got there?
Of course it's not.
George is the one that's got us looking ahead. We could have all just been celebrating this win. This whole
celebrate.
George is the one that got us looking ahead. And you know what I'm saying? Brought me back down. I was up, and now he brought me back down. Now I'm playing.
But everyone has already laughed this season off, right? This is the point that I think.
No, because you guys are telling me to save McDaniel's job. That's why you brought me down. You guys brought me down.
Now that I'm 100%.
But here's the
that
deal.
I'm 100%
It's like everyone was like, all right, it's the trade deadline. We didn't get our draft picks. Oh my God, we didn't do this. But now I'm looking at it.
I want to say this too. People keep talking about, like, okay, we didn't make those trades. We need draft picks.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Dude, there's a whole lot of reason to trade these motherfuckers.
Right.
People act like it's over. We're locked into the draft now. No.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Bradley Chubb can be traded in April just as fast.
Correct. Do I think they need to trade Jalen Waddle? No. Do I think they should trade Devon Achane? No. You try to re-sign him. Will he sign a second contract? I don't know what he's going to do. But the Dolphins should slide a nice piece of paper under Achane with a lot of money.
Jordan Brooks
wouldn't do
and
that.
Achane are getting signed in the offseason. Same agent. They're getting taken care of.
Jordan Brooks about to break the bank, bro.
That would be fantastic. Because if it was Chris Greer, you already know he wouldn't bring back Achane because he doesn't pay running backs. A lot of people don't, but you need Achane because he's your number one offensive player.
Yeah, he's not just a running back either. Everybody knows that Achane he deserves a little more than the average guy because he can do a little more than the average guy.
He is a weapon.
Achane is the offense, bro. What do you mean?
I know, but everybody's always like, you can't pay a running back this much. It's like, Achane is not disrespectful.
I'd rather pay Achane $50 million than $2 $50 million.
Thank you.
I think
you need to do everything you can to bring Achane back.
I don't think he would do that.
4 for 48.
He's getting 4 for 60, big dog.
That's the point.
He's getting 4 for 60.
Give him the option.
Hometown discount, a little discount.
You need to put enough money in front of him where he would be silly to turn down that amount of money, and that knowledge that he is the offense. He's a 2,000-yard from scrimmage guy who could score 10+ touchdowns combined. For the
y'all want to pay Achane $20 million a year?
Nah, you can
do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do beyond the Chris Greer mindset.
The cool thing is, too, here's the big deal about getting Achane logged in, right? The next guy, that's good news for him. If you're trying to pitch yourself to the next coach or the next GM, Achane being there for 4 or 5 years going forward is a big deal. Like, that's arguably the number one weapon in football outside Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
who's just a pure running back. Who is just a pure running back, but it doesn't matter. He's a fucking dog.
A part of the future of this
and
team.
if you have Ollie Gordon develop, I know there's like a hot and cold aspect to him.
They don't give him enough.
Well, Jalen Wright got in over him. We didn't talk about that.
If you could get 2 running backs behind Achane, complementary running backs, and you can continue Achane's longevity by making him a bit of a receiver, if he could end up, 2,000 scrimmage yards, 70 receptions, 12 touchdowns. There's 3-4 years that could be of that. You have to get ahead of the curve and offer him that contract extension next year, like going into the regular season before next year runs out, and then he goes into the open market. The Greer did not do that. He only made really 1 or 2 offers ahead of the game, and they were lowball. I don't count Alec Ingold. That was a nice little extension, but they lowballed the shit out of Christian Wilkins, and that's why he laughed at it and bet on himself to get that free agent contract. Right move by the Raiders, wrong move by Raiders. There was not enough money for Christian to be like, I'm staying. You know, you have to do that for Achane. You have to do that for Brooks. And if that's
we had to do that for Van Ginkel, and we didn't.
All they needed to do was match. They didn't. You can't have that mindset, and that mindset is gone. Okay, so there is hope that these players can stay home.
Yeah, I'm not playing around with Achane. I'm going straight to him. As soon as the season ends, I'm calling him and his agent in the building, and I'm not getting cute. I'm putting 15 per year in front of him. I'm making him. I want him to feel appreciated. I want him to know that we don't have to wait and use you up and see if you get hurt first. We want to pay you. We appreciate you. I'm not playing around.
I think that number gets done. I like that number 4. I went low ball 4, but I think because he's more than a running back, he's a weapon. I think 4 for 60 sounds about right. But I want to talk about weapon. Here's the problem. Achane's not the problem. You got to fix the base of this construction of this roster, and that's the line of scrimmage.
Draft.
Like everything else is nice. Achane, I don't want to trade him. I don't want to do.
Well, that's the good
news. You got to construct it right. You got to construct it right. And this draft, pretty good in the line of scrimmages actually. On the defensive line, offensive line. We got to do it again, I guess. Like, in the secondary, but you got to build the base of the. I told you that when the winds gusts come over 40 mile an hour, the structure piles up and falls down in everywhere a tornado hit. You have to build it right, and that's the problem. It's the gust of opium, the pockets of opium. It's only pockets because the base is not done right. You got to fix the base. So Achane's nice. You can pay Achane. You can not.
Achane, but George, you saying that, but Achane's doing this with everything you're saying. Not even a great offensive line and all that.
Correct.
You give him a solid right side next year. Like, imagine if the right side improves, the left side already run blocks well. Say what you want about Jonah in pass protection, but that left side.
Raheem Mostert 2023. And worse.
Mostert looking good, man. But have you seen him run? He's looking. That's another friend of the program, Bobby. Raheem Mostert's son.
Good one, brother.
Anyways, but
listen, here's the upside though. Like what you just said, the Dolphins are seeing right now. This is better, honestly, looking football than. And they don't have to pay, and they won't be paying $50 million for their receivers next year.
Mm-hmm.
You have that money to go get a real guard, and let's say you get lucky. Now this was purely luck, but nonetheless, you could even go if Achane is going to be your guy and you're going to turn into a physical football team and take your shot to Waddle every once in a while, but do 2 tight ends and run the shit out of the ball, dude. You go get lucky on like a Rico Dowdle to go next to Achane. Somebody who could truly take the load off of Achane some too, like a real running back. It's not.
He don't believe in Ollie. He don't believe in Ollie.
No, I could. It's not the point. It's not the point. The point is, without paying receivers $50 million, you have those options now.
Correct.
You can go get a bona fide between the tackle running back and let Achane be a true weapon and not draft in dirt.
You draft a 6'4" wide receiver in the 2nd round or in the 3rd round.
You love those receivers.
Listen,
you love those.
Of course, I love receivers. It's a pass.
I need it.
I know, but you know what? Big receivers.
I love big receivers. You know why? Because you know what I love more than anything? A goal line fade to someone who can catch it. Listen, if it's going to be a goal line fade into the corner, it either is in the 6'4" receiver's hands or in the 2nd row. Or if you're going to the middle of the back of the end zone, it's either in the receiver's hands or through the goalposts. That's all I want.
So you want some Jordan Tyson, you want some Carnell, the what's the Ohio State kid's name? Tate.
Cardell Tate.
I want a complimentary receiver to
Who's the guy from Green Bay that we should have drafted? Savion.
That's a gadget player. That's a different. I like that player too. I like him, but he's 6'3", gadget player, right? 6'3".
Monster.
Yeah, he's a big. He's like a running back though.
But he's that kind of gadget player that you could have so much fun with. We should have drafted him.
I'm gonna give you another guy.
He's a big dude, but I want one or two wide receiver.
Put on Denzel Boston. Boston. Where did he play? Washington State or Washington? Denzel.
Yeah, I think it's Washington.
He's a specimen, man. Strong hands. You can put him in a slot. He's a punt returner. Like he is just. Damn, I'm getting excited to draft. I got to start making the player cards for the draft. I'm getting
bored. He's got the board coming.
The board's coming.
You start preparing. Don't worry, brother. The Dolphins, they're gonna help you out on the draft. Don't worry about it.
You got 5 picks in the top 100. That's house money.
What do you guys think of the running back out of Notre Dame?
Oh, Jeremiah Love, best player in next year's draft, son.
Think about getting hyped.
Jeremiah Love's the dog. He's been like that since he was 18 too.
Yeah,
he's
getting legit.
We need some guys like that, though, man. We need some of these guys, right? No video.
Jeremiah Love.
We need dogs, bro.
Don't worry. That's what I'm saying. You got to build the foundation of the roster. It's not here. The base is not here. As much as we like some of these guys are here. We hope Jonah's a part of it. Grant, Phillips, but the Austin Jacksons, even the Aaron Brewers, these guys are not part of the base of the future. You know, the Cole Stranges, Benito Jones, Zach Steeler is a plus 30-year-old player. I wouldn't, I might sound crazy, but like he's not. You got to rebuild the base, and then we can worry about you have A-Chain. If somebody's going to come across and offer me Waddle, a first and a second round pick, I do it because I can find wide receivers. Jason, you want to construct a different wide receiver group? You can find wide receivers in the second and third round. Your base got to be right.
As Bobby said, you can trade people going into March and April.
Yeah,
you can trade people.
There was I'm not trading to Buffalo for that package.
No, not at all. Look, if it's draft weekend and somebody wants to offer a Laramie Tunsil type package for Jalen Waddle in the NFC,
let's go.
Let's go. That's fine.
Part of building the roster right is you don't get a first round. Not necessarily you draft. Oh, we got a first round pick, a receiver. No, you use that to get a Reese out of Ohio State, a Woods out of this, or Carnell, or any player. Right. You find the wide receiver some other way in the second or third round. You don't just go round for round, trade for trade. You build the roster. People say, "Oh, you have to replace Waddle with that." No, you don't. You replace him in the third round, second round, free agency. That's round, I don't know.
Okay. That's okay. But with those 5 top 100 picks, I rattled off the list. Best player available, preferably for my money. Tackle, guard, defensive lineman, cornerback, wide receiver. Maybe throw a safety in there. Fine. But
I don't know how much
trade
you guys
Waddle.
Watch. You got Reese from Ohio State. Holy shit. He is a monster. You know what I mean? He's like Micah Parsons, but does other things. Like he's special. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. You got to have special players. How many elite players do we have in this roster?
You gotta have a special person selecting these players too.
Yeah. Great point.
GM.
Great point.
Yeah, that's new GM. But let's hope we get the right one. You know what I'm saying?
That's something to think about too, though. Is you don't know the archetype that the next GM is going to like.
Exactly.
Jalen Waddle might not be his receiver,
which would be fine if they get a haul, and they, as George said. You don't trade for 2 first-round draft picks, but it means you have to draft a wide receiver.
Yeah. If they pick the wrong players, it doesn't matter. So we definitely
you'll know pretty quick.
Definitely got to figure it out.
The major problem with Greer is he made a couple of nice little trades, but the drafting and the retaining was awful.
Yeah. He had a freaking war chest of freaking picks, bro.
2020 will go down like a Waterloo for Napoleon. It was it.
Yes.
It was
I want to make this point.
Great reference. Oh my God.
Now with the Waterloo of anybody's draft that has a war chest, he came out with a freaking BB gun.
You shoot your eye out.
Thank you. You got it. Exactly. That's 2 movie references and a war reference today. Let's go.
20
and Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Now that we were talking about
I want to make this point. I got to get this point because I made it. May he rest in peace. Not going to lie, legit route runner at wide receiver that can separate. Yeah. I don't know who, Sammy. I don't know if you're talking about Paul Tagliabue or who he's talking about, but I want to make this
Talking
point.
about a couple of dead people there.
Bobby, you mentioned the big all the draft picks the Jets had. They had them we had, and then the Jets had them in 21 and 22. We had them in 20 and 21. Those guys are in their prime of his career. Either those guys who are good or not on this team, but the ones that are on this team, we couldn't get draft capital for them like the Jets got. That tells you all you need to know about the players we selected. These guys are in the prime of their careers. Quarterback, offensive lineman, whatever, running back, defensive end, whoever. The Jets were able to get 3 1s and a 2. We could get nothing. That tells you what our value of the guys we took with our. That tells you the rebuild was a failure there. And the one guy that we let go, Robert Hunt, is probably something you could have got for, but you don't want to trade that guy. Is not here anymore. So, either they're not here. Let's go through it. Tua, Austin Jackson, average. Noah, I don't know where he's working now. Who would be taking the Robert Hunt? Robert Hunt, not on this team. Who's after him? Brandon Raekwon Davis. I don't know where he's working either. Maybe somewhere with Florida.
Free agent.
Yeah, he's a free agent selling insurance or working at UPS.
Yeah.
Next year, Waddle. Okay, good number 2, low end number 1, good player. Who did you pass?
Second round pick.
Yeah. Who else? Jalen Phillips, not on this team anymore. Second round, Javon Holland, not on this team anymore. Probably overrated. The whole time he was here, he was probably overrated. After that, Liam Eichenberg. Brandon Jones, good player, but not here anymore.
Yeah.
Top 5 safety.
You miss that.
Yeah.
You're done.
Miss him.
Arguably.
And then they had 2 drafts.
Miss him, though. Miss him, for sure.
You're done.
Yeah.
And those guys should be in the prime of their career, and you're up against the deadline. What did you get for them?
But the funny thing is, with players, the problem.
That's why you listen to the Finn's Faithful podcast, son. That's why you listen to it.
The players that Greer elected not to sign, the following year there were glaring weaknesses at that position. Don't sign Brandon Jones. Worst safety group in the league. Don't sign Andrew Van Ginkel. You signed Shaq Barrett. I played more snaps for the Dolphins than Shaq Barrett did. You don't sign Robert Hunt.
Yeah, he did.
You have a bad interior offensive line.
Strange.
It's not just the players he didn't sign. It's how bad that position group was because of not re-signing those players.
Yeah. Jason, I love what you always say. Like Chris Greer, the indictment on him has always been not about what he's done, it's about what he hasn't done or what he never did.
And
you know what I'm saying?
We are watching a generational season right now from Jonathan Taylor, where we could have drafted Jonathan Taylor as our 3rd selection of the 2020 draft in the back end of the first round, even after trading with Green Bay, moving back. We went with a young project cornerback in Noah Igbenogany, whilst having Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, and finding Nick Needham, who, for my money, should have been the 3rd slot cornerback that year.
At least this shirt is nice, right?
Say again?
I said, at least this shirt is nice, right?
Oh no,
it's a beautiful shirt.
Do we even trust the Dolphins to make the right thing, make the right decisions going forward? Any of y'all?
No. Stephen Ross that's a no. He hasn't done it in the past. That's a no.
Yes, Clown Prince. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Don't make me get started on the references.
It's Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Yes.
Yes.
George, we will do a whole show where I will do a statistical analysis like I've done for the last 4 years.
I'm not sure about this.
Movie reviews with Jason Sardi.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? The Dolphins won 30-13. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
We will get there. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. But yes, it is a Christmas movie.
All right, so let's end here on a positive note. Look, they won 30-13. It's nice. It feels good because it's Buffalo.
So great.
I think it's but doesn't change the big picture for me. I know some of you guys, it changes the big picture. You think now, even if they win 3 games, not you guys.
We got our coach for next year, George. What you talking about?
What happened?
We know who the coach is going to be for next year.
I got a fun.
Mike, McDaniel.
I got one more movie reference to end it. I got one more movie reference. You know
Only
what
one
this
more?
game was? You know what this game was? This game was like Back to the Future when the printout of the "you're fired" it got erased. You know why? Because the future is what you make of it. It's not written. This erased.
Let's go,
the
Jason.
"you're fired." Mic drop. Done.
I'm about to start a movie review show with Jason, for real.
Down.
Too late. It's already started.
Down.
It's already started.
George just got cucked.
Nobody takes my talent, damn it. Nobody takes my talent.
Hey, you know what's the worst? You know what's the worst thing in life? Wasted talent. Another one.
Another one. I'm telling you.
Another one.
Oh,
You know,
you're
Jason,
good.
Jason's
You
about
are
to go to-
good. You're good.
Jason's about to hit George up and go, "Show me the money."
Yes.
Oh, wait, Jason. Tomorrow, expected delivery on your hat and polo. They sent a text to my phone. So it's
Hey,
gonna be there tomorrow.
Where's my polo, bro?
I got you the hat already. But
Yeah, you're right.
But
Jason was upset about that.
Jason was the last one.
I was in my feelings. Admittedly, I was all up in my feelings.
He was all up in them. You know, we broke up for a while. I was getting a little worried. You know,
Bobby, next year you better be there. Fan club weekend, bro.
Was it fun?
Was it fun? Was it fun?
Let's backstage talk.
I can't talk about everything on camera, but was it fun?
There's some backstage talk.
Y'all,
boy.
Oh my God. That
I know how
was
to
when you got beat by the Ravens?
No, that was the Chargers.
That was the Chargers, yeah.
Oh my God, another stupid ass loss. Let's get off here and get mad.
All right, guys. Again, positive note, we won the game. We beat the Bills. Josh Allen with that smirky little freaking face he has, and the frown, the tiredness,
We won the Super Bowl.
On him, all that good stuff. I was happy. I can't take that guy anymore. Him and whoever his wife is, or who he's dating, or I don't know who it is.
Why are you hating, bro?
He's good looking. He's got a beautiful wife and a lot of money. F him, man. You know what I mean? What a show! I forgot Frank the Tank was on here. Did we forget?
Frank the Tank was the happiest I've ever seen him. Happiest I've ever seen him.
Negative man. Fun show. Negative Nate.
He didn't even know what to say because they won.
Hey, I will say this too. Obviously, you got to make the right decisions, and we'll see who our GM is when it comes time. But when you're not going for a quarterback, being number one overall don't mean as much. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Look, you love Mendoza. I like Ty Simpson. I like it. I'm more I watch the Simpson care Alabama. We can't take it into Alabama. But
just fill holes, bro. Just fill holes, and the quarterback, whatever quarterback you want or you feel like convicted to, it'll come to you, bro. But you got way more problems than a quarterback right now. So
yeah, but Mendoza, the local kid, he's Hispanic. The Dolphins will take Mendoza.
They do Tim Tebow.
They love storylines. They love storylines. I've always told you guys they drafted Tua, not Tua Tagovailoa. So they love storylines. Mendoza will be the pick. I promise you.
We love quarterbacks that look good in college, and then they get to the NFL and they just.
I'm gonna hold my thoughts off these guys until I really get into everything.
Middle of the season, brother.
Yeah, because it's early. And shout out to everybody who's watched. I appreciate it. Over 580 in all platforms. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. Thanks for joining us on the post game. We'll be back Wednesday. Sonny and me, we'll have a special guest. We're going to dissect what the plan is for this team.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that light existed.
And I hope to be having a new hat and polo for Wednesday.
You better be having that, damn it. I want a picture of it and post it on Twitter.
I don't want you blaming the mail. It better be.
Oh, my God.
My shit, bro.
I'm in my sister's house, bro.
George is on the recruiting trail.
I already got lo-fi. No, Jason's my number one guy. Nothing's going to change that.
I might hold out on Wednesday. Hold out on Wednesday.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us in the post game. Have a safe rest of your Sunday and the week. We'll see you on Wednesday. For Bobby, for Frank the Tank. Who else do we have on here? Sammy, Finn Stanza, Adrian, Bobby, Jason, myself. We're all guys. Have a safe rest of your Sunday and a safe week. We'll talk to you on Wednesday. Fins up.
Fins up.
Go Dive Bar.